to my channel. I'm Stacie and this is Flosstube episode number 47, and this is Stacie Stitches Creative Studio. Today is Tuesday, August 1st, 2023, and on this channel we talk about cross stitch, my online needle workshop, and a little bit about me and my family, my little family, and other crafty things. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you like the stitching you see, and I hope you like me a little bit. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for spending some time with me and coming back to see what's up and what's new in my stitchy world. It's been about a month since my last Flosstube, and I think that is the pace that I feel comfortable with going forward between the online shop, the day-to-day life, the 9-to-5 job, the kiddo and schools coming up and baseball and all those things. So once a month seems to be what I feel comfortable with, and I have enough stitching to show you in that time. So without further ado, let's get on with the stitching, shall we? This is take 2 of Flosstube number 47, so hopefully I don't lose the video like I did last time. But here we go. Hang on just a second. Sorry about that. Had a delivery, so the dog went a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So let's get on with the stitching. So I'm going to start off with my Whip Go calls for July. So my Whip Go board consists of smalls. I figured that would be a very manageable way to get my goals completed, and like Athena of Stitching Goddess Designs, I decided to take on the approach that if it is a series and you've already started it, it's considered a whip, whether or not you've done the first in the series, the sixth in the series, whatever. So my Whip Go calls for July were Country Cottage Needleworks August Cottage, and I finished that up. My board here. So I'm stitching these on, I believe these are 28 count mushroom Lagana, maybe 32, but I'm 95% sure it's 28 count. I love the little waves on these. Country Cottage Needleworks is one of my favorite designers, because if you want to do something quick, easy, and fun, I find these are a good way to do it. A lot of people think that the houses are a little too much, but I think it's good if you're driving or you want some simple fill-in, but they're one of my favorite designers, especially for quick, simple smalls. My second call for the month of July was the May 9 patch from Primrose Cottage Stitches. Now, I went off the rails on this one, as I do with most of them. I usually pick my own everything. So I decided I wanted to go a little more colorful. And I also have decided that all of these charts are going to be stitched using Color and Cotton fabric and Color and Cotton threads. So don't ask me what this color is. It was a fabric of the month at some point. But here is my May 9 patch using classic Color and Cotton floss and Color and Cotton fabric. I believe this is a 36 count. And I'm holding it to you wrong. Sit sideways. That's the kind of day it's been, y'all. So there we go. So that was my Whip Go finish. And I found this has been perfect for me, doing Whip Go for these smalls. It makes me feel much more comfortable and much more accomplished knowing that I'm going to get everything done. So those were my Whip Go calls for July. Next up is a new start. We vacationed earlier in July in Pennsylvania and in the suburbs of Pennsylvania and in the Tri-Cities area of northeastern Tennessee, which is where we are looking to move. So I stopped into Cross Stitch and Craft in Johnson City. Loved it. Amy's fabulous. Sandra's fabulous. Fred is fabulous. Everybody was amazing. I spent probably 2 hours in there just chit-chatting and having a good old time. But I picked up this I Love You More from Bent Creek because I was looking to replace my Sweetheart Tree Irish Blessing, and I wanted to do something to commemorate my wedding. So what I'm going to do, this is something that Brian and I used to always say when we were dating. We still say it. We write it on cards. But I'm going to take out the I and just put love you more, because that's what we say. We don't say I. We say love you more. So you say I love you, and then the person responds love you more. And of course, I'm changing all the colors, and I'm not using the red button, the red heart button. I'm not a big heart person, and I'm definitely not a big red person. So I've changed all the colors to my wedding colors, which we had an Irish themed wedding. So maybe if I find a Claddagh charm, I'll put the Claddagh charm there in silver or gold. I haven't decided yet. I think silver would look better. But I'm stitching this on a 36 count navy bean. And it is, I don't remember who it's from. I want to say Legacy Linens, maybe. But here's my little start on it. Oh, come on. Things are just not cooperating today, people. How about if I fold it one more time, and then maybe you can see it. Along with my hairs coming off there. There we go. So that's my little start on it. I chose to use green colors because our wedding colors were cream and hunter green. So I have variations of green that I'm going to put in here. And I thought this was a good choice because the sentiment is something that resonates with Brian and I, and then changing the colors to match our wedding was just a no-brainer. And then I'm going to find a alphabet font that I like, and I'm going to put our initials and our wedding date on there. So basically I'm changing the entire thing, just about. I mean, not the entire thing, but a lot of it. I tend to do that. If you're new here, you'll find that I tend to do that. I change a lot of things, and sometimes I just leave them the same. If I don't have something, I will pick something from my plethora of stash here. But sometimes I feel like changing it up a bit then really makes it your own unique thing, right? So that was that. I also got back from the framers. Woo woo! My Owl Forest embroidery. This was a kit called Golden Bees. We did not mat it. We did not put glass on it. People are like, you're crazy. It's going to get dirty. So this is what I did. Put my hands all over it. Sacrilege, right? But this thing turned out so beautiful. I'm not usually a bee person. However, this chart with these flosses, it called me over and over and over again. So this floss is just one color. It's super heavily variegated. I love stitching this. It took me a little over a year to do the whole thing, but that's because I put it down. I'm not a monogamous stitcher, so I pick things up and I put them down. But I am in love with this. I love it so much. We picked a really simple frame. I wanted to pull out some of the yellow and gold tones that are in the floss, and I think Deb from No Naked Walls and myself did a bang up job on choosing everything, and she is a fantastic framer. So much so that probably in October she's going to teach me how to frame. I'm excited about that. Look at that. I love it so much. Oh, there goes the dog again. Hold on. My goodness. No one ever rings my doorbell, comes to my front door until I'm recording videos, right? Okay, next up is the Stitch Witch from Tiny Modernist. Now, of course, I changed things up a bit. I didn't use the called for anything, I don't think, because I did my own conversion using Forbidden Fiber Company floss and Fortnite Fabrics fabric. I changed the color of the witch's skin and eyebrows, and I did not put October 31st. I think I'm going to put buttons, either one long button or a couple of buttons or charms or something here. I just didn't, I wasn't feeling this October 31st. So, pull her out and show her to you. I'm so proud of this. I think I did a bang up job on the color conversion. Here she is. So, her skin was supposed to be the same gray as these grays here, but I thought she would look so much better as a purple witch. And I think I did a really good job with finding a really cool darker purple to really enhance her eyes. Leanne did a bang up job with these colors, this green, these yellows, the purple, everything other than the black and the white is a Forbidden Fiber floss. Super cute. Turned out really great. I don't know how I'm going to finish it. I don't want to put it in a frame. So, and I don't know that I want to put it in a pillow because, I mean, it's pretty big. What other suggestions would you have that I do with it? Though I have seen, I've been looking at Chantel 141 Design Company. She has this hanging sign that she was doing for Nicole Spohr. Now, I don't know if that's part of a kit or part of a project, or you have to, I don't know. Maybe that's something I'll think about. Next up, I started the 2023 Wee Santa from Heart and Hand. I am stitching all of the Wee Santas from 2013 forward. These are being made into ornaments for my son Daniel so that when he moves into his first home, he will have a set of ornaments. So, and I'm stitching them all on this one fabric, and I think it is a 36 count. I don't know what the color is, but that's how far I got on him. And I don't have the called for thread, so I'm just making it up as I go. But what I like about these yearly Santas is that they are all different shapes and sizes. So you'll see this was another one. This one. So they're not all skinny. They're not all round. I love how they're just different. Everyone is different every year. Like, I love the Prairie Schooler Santas too, and I was doing them as well. But that seems to get monotonous because the Santas are pretty much the same. The only thing that changes for the most part is the things that are surrounding them, the landscape and or what have you. So I love Prairie Schooler Santas, but I think for my kid, these ones are better. I feel like Prairie Schooler Santas are more grown-up Santa, where this is more whimsical Santa. While I was in PA, I went to... Did we talk about this already? No, we were Johnson City. When I was in PA, I went to Ye Olde Cross Stitchery in Bristol, Pennsylvania. I went there initially because I called and asked if they had any Pat Carson needles, because I'm on the hunt for every last one of the Pat Carson needles that are available. They're my favorite needle. Don't ask me why. I just like the way they stitch. They feel good in my hands, the whole nine. she had some, but you could not order them online, and you could only buy 2 needles, or 2 needles in a pack. You could only buy 5 packs. So I bought 5 packs. And I also picked up this, which is Bent Creek Santa's Reindeer. This is one of their zippers, they're called, or zipper kit. So it was a full kit. It is 18 count naturally linen with the pearl cotton. So I got most of his face and head done. He's a fat Santa. He's a fat round Santa. So I thought it was cute. I picked that up and started stitching that in July. I stitched it while we were away as much as I could, because you'll notice here I have this lovely copper fit band on because I've been recently suffering with some tendonitis. So I have to wear this sleeve for 12 hours a day, especially while working, mostly typing. Funny thing is stitching does not really affect it pain-wise. I'm sure it affects it otherwise, but pain-wise, it doesn't bother me when I stitch. But so yeah, taking medication, wearing a sleeve for 12 hours, and heat twice a day. It's a bummer, and I hope it goes away, but I've been dealing with it since May. So, and I finally went to the doctor's in mid-July. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Next up, I stitched on, if you were here last time, I couldn't put this down. This, I think I put the picture in wrong, but this is Miss Aurora Morpho from Nora Corbett. She's pretty. The only thing I'm not doing is the bead tramp stamp. I don't like it. I'm sure it's supposed to represent where her wings attach to her body, but it is, I'm not feeling it. It's not my jam, so I just filled it in with the skin color. So, I am stitching this on a 36 count fabric from Forbidden Fiber Company. I don't recall what the name of the fabric is, but I'm stitching it with all of the called for floss, and I got really far on it until I didn't. So I'm a little more than halfway done, but if you can see my little rough edges here, I have to rip out all of this, all the way up here to this black part, and then all of that blue, because I am half a stitch off. Not a whole stitch, half a stitch. And I thought I could fudge it, and I fudged it for a while, but it just looks terrible. So I have to pull it all out and restitch it. Lord help me. And I want to get it done, so because I'm so close. But I gotta rip it out. And it looks so good on this fabric. Good call, Leanne. Good call, Sarah. Sarah of Sarah Memphis-y. They helped me pick out the fabric, because the original fabric I had was an 18 count, and it was really pretty. Like, it had all these colors in it. But because there are half and quarter stitches on this chart, you can't really, I mean, you could do it on Aida, 18 count Aida, but I don't like splitting the threads on 18 count Aida, so I decided to pick up the 36 count from Leanne at Forbidden Fiber Co. And so that will also have beads. So maybe I'll pick this back up again for Fancy Lady Friday. But for right now, she's in timeout because I don't want to frog all that stuff. But I have to. And lastly, I stitched on, and you guys are going to be so proud of me because I tried something new. I pulled this out. This is Lois's stocking from Shepherd's Bush. I kitted this up when I was out at Shepherd's Bush in Ogden, Utah. So it's stitched on the called for natural linen, raw natural linen. So it's supposed to be, they keep saying it's an 18 count, but there's no way. It says 18 count natural linen by Witchelt, but this looks bigger than 18 count. But this is how far I got. And look, you guys, it's on a scroll rod. What? So I picked up this scroll rod from Amazon, fairly cheap. And I like using the scroll rod. Like, I think it's helpful for having this big of piece of fabric. Because this is a big piece, you have to stitch it on all, like, you can't cut the fabric down. Otherwise, it'll be all off. But now I need a scroll rod holder. And I want a lap stand, not a floor stand. So if you have any recommendations on a floor stand that you really like, just let me know, because I am looking for one. And I'm not looking to spend a ton of money, because that's the only thing I'm going to stitch on it. Or stitch with it. Or those big stockings. So if you have any thoughts on that, please drop them in the comments. Let me know. Like, it doesn't have to be a Lowry stand, because I don't want a floor stand anyway. Because I like to recline when I stitch, so having a floor stand isn't going to be very helpful. So that's all my stitching for the month of July. Woohoo! So let's see, what else should we talk about? How about we move on to random acts of stitchy kindness. So last month's rack was for the watermelon crawl chart from Counting Puddles, and a copy of the spring, I think it's the spring one, not the summer one, the spring Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine, and I believe it's either the June or the July issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. So the winner of that random act of kindness was Kit Mariano. I've already sent your package out to you, Kit. Congratulations. I hope you love it. When you stitch it, please be sure to tag me and tag Counting Puddles, because we'd love to see your progress on it. It's a super cute chart. So, if you would like to receive a random act of stitchy kindness, a rack, or a rask, I guess, you need to do a few things. First, you need to fill out the Google Mail form below. This helps to get your address information. It also tells me that you are 18 plus, because you should be over 18 if you're providing me with your address. Don't use any buzzwords that could attract trolls, like prize, giveaway, present, all those kinds of things. And then, in true Pee-wee's Playhouse style, you have to use a secret word. So if you are a Gen Xer or earlier millennial, you may have grown up with Pee-wee's Playhouse. Sadly, Paul Rubens, who played Pee-wee Herman, passed away recently. But I'm going to continue using the secret word as part of my Rask process. So this month we are going to give away two things. So I'm giving away my last copy of the 2023 Happiness is Homemade cookbook and chart book from Nashville Needlework Market, along with this chart from Glendon Place called Grateful. So we're getting a little fall Thanksgiving vibes out here. I thought they worked well together. So if you would like to receive this Rask, Random Act of Stitchy Kindness, be sure you fill out the Google Mail form. Be sure that you're 18 or over. Also, please note that if this should get lost in the mail, I am not responsible. Remember, this is a giveaway. So I can't be responsible once it leaves my hands and it is in the post office. It is what it is. So you are going to use the secret word pie. Pie. P-I-E. And if you could, answer me this. For Thanksgiving, what desserts do you have for Thanksgiving? Do you have pie? Do you have cake? Do you have some kind of tiramisu or trifle? My favorite and our go-to is apple and pumpkin pie. That's it. Simple, traditional. My favorite pie is pumpkin pie, with apple being a close second. And I make my pies from scratch. What about you? Pie or cake? What do you have for Thanksgiving? So let me know. And if you'd like to receive the random act of stitchy kindness, please use the secret word bye in your comment. Okie dokie smokies. What are my plans for the month of August? I know a lot of people are doing arbitrary August. I pretty much do arbitrary everything all the time. I am a swee-wee stitcher. I stitch what I want when I want. Swee-wee. So, the only plans that I really have are my Whip Go calls for August, which are the October Cottage from Country Cottage Needleworks and the June 9 patch from Primrose Cottage Stitches. So those are my only goals. Now, I also do want to put in some, I want to rip out all the stuff that I need to rip out from Miss Aurora Morpho and I would love to get her finished in August. I don't think that's going to happen. But who knows? Stranger things, right? Also, I want to put some more stitches into the Love You More pattern from Bent Creek as my anniversary piece. My anniversary isn't until next March, but since I slacked on the Sweetheart Tree Irish Blessing and I'm not doing that anymore, I kind of have, I've been married for 20 years, 21 years, 20 years, something like that. So it's probably time that I get on with that. And also, I will probably record before I leave, but in the beginning of September, I will be attending the Crazy Woman Retreat in Casper, Wyoming. Super pumped about that because I'm traveling with two of my stitchy Zoom friends. I don't know, my stitchy girls that I chat with on a regular basis. So I will be traveling with Athena from Stitching Goddess Design and Lynn from Lynx Stitches Creates. We'll be flying into Denver and then driving up to Casper. So we are going to make a little road trip out of it. And then I'm super excited because I'm also going to get to see my girls Jenny and Nancy from the Bougie Stitchers. And I'm sure there's a ton of other people that I'm going to get to see that I haven't seen in a while. I believe Wendy of From the Heart Needle Art is going to be there. I'm pumped about that. So I'm looking forward to a little getaway with my girlfriends before the ish hits the fan at my 9 to 5. So if you were here for the stitching, that's all the stitching talk I'm going to do. Oh, wait. I did not go over shop talk. Duh. Shop talk. So let's talk shop. I first want to say a huge thank you to everyone who sent me DMs, texts, posted on my Instagram, posted on my Facebook, all of the birthday wishes. My birthday was this past weekend. I truly, truly appreciate all the well wishes, and I am so glad that I was able to also pay that back in a little way. So if you are a subscriber to our newsletter, you are the first ones to know that July 28th and July 29th, I was offering a blowout 45% discount on everything in the shop. And several of you took advantage of that amazing discount, and I'm so glad that you did, because then that gives me more money to play with when it comes to the end of the month this month, because there will be Needlework Market, which is an online wholesale event similar to Expo, which was last year. So it's the online version of Nashville Needlework Market. Super pumped. I can't wait to see all the designs. Designers are already throwing out sneak peeks. So follow your favorite designers. Follow me, because I will be throwing them out there too. And if there's anything that you see that you'd like, shoot me a note, drop me a line, whatever you need to do, and I will get that in for you. Also, starting in September, we will have Athena's floss pack. If you follow Athena on her Flosstube and on her Instagram, she started curating floss packs with Harry Potter themes. She reached out to me and asked if I would be willing to put those kits together so that people could go purchase them, because there had been people asking for it. And I said, sure, not a problem. So I will be offering those as well. And of course, because of copywriting and licensing issues, we won't be calling it anything related to HP. It will be Athena's monthly floss pack. I will put a link in the description box below if you'd like to sign up for that. Otherwise, if you don't sign up, they'll be listed at the beginning of each month in the shop, and you can find them by searching Athena's monthly floss pack. Also, the August Fabulously Finished kit will be shipping. Invoices will be going out tonight, August 1st. Shipping will begin on the 15th of August and go through the 18th. If there are any boxes left over, they will be put on the site for sale. Let's see. Just checking my notes. The theme for the August box is sunflowers and bees. It seems to be a pretty popular theme right now. I think a lot of people think about sunflowers and bees in August. So this Fabulously Finished club kit is a bi-monthly box that has all the finishing pieces you could use to finish off a piece. So it doesn't come with a chart or floss or anything. It is strictly finishing pieces. So for the month of July, we did a 14 by 9, I believe, maple frame with a fat quarter of fabric, ribbons, charms, etc. If you want to check out what was in the July box, you can go check out on the website. There are some extra boxes. I think we have 3 left. Feel free. Check them out. If you like what you see, purchase it. Retreat. Beach Please Retreat update. We are curating lots of goodies for all of our retreat attendees, and we've recently decided that we are going to hold a flat fold finishing tutorial during the retreat. A lot of our friends in the Facebook group said that that is something that they want to learn, and with the express permission of Vanna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher, we will be using her tutorial. I've gotten her permission to print out her tutorial, and everybody will go home with that tutorial in their pocket or in their swag bag. And we also sent out the first exclusive chart because we wanted everyone to have the same size chart or same size finish so that we could make the flat fold really simple and easy to do. So if you haven't gotten that email or you're not in the Facebook group and you have registered for the retreat, please let me know and I will get a copy of that chart out to you. It is a chart from Cassandra at Fairy Wool in the Wood. Super cute. Love it. And I think that's it for retreat and shop talk. Should we go through Happy Haul? Let's go through Happy Haul. Where's my Happy Haul bag? Da, 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 da. Happy Haul bag. So, I killed it at Friday Night Fight Night. I don't know when that was. A couple weeks back. Friday Night Fight Night from Be Stitch Me in the Be Stitch Me Facebook group. And I got a poop ton of fabric. So, I got a 36 count of sand dollar linen. Pretty. I also got a 36 count linen in Watermelon Sunshine. I got a 28 count Jobelin in Wet Sand. That's a nice neutral. I also got a 20 count Ada. This does not have a name, but who cares because it's purple and pink. So actually for this one you kind of like gotta show the whole thing. Look at that. That's some pretty stuff there. And then I also got a 20 count Ada in Flower Power. Ooh. There's a little more pink in there than what is showing, but it's pretty too. I think that Miss Aurora Morpho would have looked good on that too. And then I also got a 28 count linen in Wild Bouquet. Look at that. It's like a rainbow from one side to the other. Kind of love that. Love that for me. Which is funny because I've really been on like a neutrals kick lately. But then I see these big, beautiful colors and I'm like, oh, I need those. Like I said, I was like on point getting online that night. I don't think I've ever won out on this many before. 20 or 36 count opalescent. I have no idea what the color is, but it doesn't matter because it's stunning. It's so beautiful. Great job, Brandy. Love it. So that was my Friday Night Fight Night haul. I picked up the Anytown Tiny Town from Keepsakes. Cute. I don't know what I'm going to make my town look like, but I also picked up, so these are available in my shop, but I bought extras for myself. This is the Surf Shop. Can you see it? There we go. The Surf Shop from Country Cottage Needleworks. It's part of their Beach Boardwalk series. I cannot get enough of this Beach Boardwalk series. It reminds me of Cape May, New Jersey. If you know, you know. This is another series that I'm in love with. This is the Words to Stitch By series from Pansy Patch Quilt and Stitchery. This is the first in the series. It's called Bloom. I have very eclectic taste, don't I? I kind of like a little bit of everything. This is the second. It's called Stitch. And I'm sure the pictures don't do it justice by any means. They never do. And then this one from Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery is called Mother-Daughter Everlasting Friendship Sampler. So if I don't ever finish my Letters for Mom or Letters from Mom from Jeanette Douglas, maybe I'll get this done for my mom. But I thought those were cute. So all 4 of those are available in my shop. What else did I get? Oh, while we were in Pennsylvania, like I said, we stopped at Ye Olde Cross Stitchery in Bristol, PA. And I picked up my heavily sought after Pat Carson needles, the Bent Creek Christmas kit, and then I picked up some fabric. All of these are Lakeside linens. This is a 32 count periwinkle. I can't find a whole lot of Lakeside linen, so when I go there, that's what I get usually. This is Lakeside linens in corn silk. It's a pretty color. And this is a 36 count Chantilly. You can't see it when you do it like that because it's not saturated enough. So it's like a very mocha / mauve, like a mocha mauve color. That's a good explanation for it. Mocha mauve. And then last but not least, I got this, which is Springtime. And this is a 28 count. I was very spring mood when I went there. I was in the mood to get me a bunch of Pat Carson needles. That's what I was in the mood for. Then while we were in Pennsylvania, we also stopped at this little shop called Fireside Stitchery. They are not a cross stitch shop, but they are a needlepoint shop. But I decided that you can't just go there and not buy anything. So I picked up some Bowen needles. And then I picked up some cool fibers. So I picked up my first ever Karen water lilies. How pretty are those? Very pastel-y. And then I picked up this cool thing. It's called ribbon floss, but it's really sparkly. I don't know that you can tell how sparkly it is. And it's like a pink color. And then I also picked up some of this. Now these are all from, these things that I have here are from Rainbow Gallery. This is stretchable tubular ribbon for needlepoint. I just thought it might be cool for finishing. Don't mind my fingers. I am not a manicure girl. Also, this is Sparkle Rays. Oh, it says you can cross stitch with it, but you have to use a 7 or an 8 count. It's sparkly. Then there was the Neon Rays. It's really shiny and soft, almost like a satiny kind of ribbon, but I think it's rayon. Yeah, it's 100% rayon. And then I got some silk lame braid in, this looks like a patriotic, and then of course in purple. But I met the new owners, so they're under new ownership, passing the torch to the next generation, which was really cool. And the ladies were amazing. They asked if we were going to wholesale our floss winders, and sadly we're not, because we just do not have the production capacity to do that. It's just not a thing that we're able to do capacity-wise. But it was fun. It was fun chatting with them. We were in there for a while. They have a huge selection of fibers and a huge selection of canvases. And they have a great trunk show for their canvas designers. So that was pretty cool. And that's all my happy haul. So if you were here for the stitching now has ended. And if you would be so kind and gracious to hit the like and subscribe and follow me. If you don't want to hear personal stuff, you can hop off now. Otherwise, let's get into it. So, yes, we went on our vacation in July to Glenside, Pennsylvania, where Brian and I were born and raised, and and all of our family is there. So we went there for our annual 4th of July trip. The weather was almost perfect. It was still a little hot, but we had some shade for the parade. I think most of us adults decided that we are probably done with the parade, but I think Danny in particular is still feeling like he wants to keep going. So we'll see. We'll see how he feels about it next year. And we spent a lot of time with my family or Brian's our family. So my family, my in-laws, we stay with my in-laws, and my best friend has now become an adopted member of our family. She comes to most of our family events because she recently lost both of her parents in the last 5 years. So we've kind of adopted her and her son, and whenever we're home, they come and they spend time with us Clarks. So when there's a party, they're invited. Last Christmas, they spent Christmas dinner with us. It was amazing. And I feel so blessed to have such an amazing extended family. My in-laws are amazing, and they welcome my best friend in with open arms, and my best friend's an amazing person, and her son is an amazing young man, and my nephews and my best friend's son are the same age, so it kind of works out. They all go to school together, so it's kind of cool. They're all friends, makes it a little bit easier. So, and then I saw my mom, and I saw my brothers and my new nephew. Well, he's not that new anymore. He's approaching 18 months old. But I got to see both of my brothers, and I got to see my nephew. The only person I didn't get to see was my sister and my other niece and nephew. But it was a very nice family trip, nice and relaxing. Then Brian, Daniel, and I headed over to Tennessee, to the Tri-Cities area, which is Bristol, Johnson City, Greenville, Jonesboro, Greenville, so about an hour north of Knoxville, because that is where we are looking to relocate next year. And Brian and I had already visited the area, but we wanted to make sure that Daniel really liked it as much as we did. And Tennessee showed up and showed out for sure, because the weather was beautiful. It was highs in the 80s. In the evening, it was in the 60s, sometimes in the 50s. It was straight beautiful. The little cabin we stayed in was perfect for the 3 of us. It was a 2-bedroom, little kitchen, nice deck on the Nolichucky River, which was amazing, on 5 acres. So Danny went out and hit the ball. He did all the things. We went to 2 collegiate baseball games. He was living life to its fullest. We met with our realtor. We toured a few homes. We fell in love with a home that is $200,000 too much because it needs $200,000 worth of work. So at this point, she's telling us to just sit and wait and see what happens. So if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I am fast approaching my separation date from my current jobs, which means I am in full job hunting mode. I've already been looking, but I will start applying in mid-August, with my separation date being in September for my current job, which I just will be celebrating 15 years there in 3 days. Fun, isn't it? And then school is starting next week. Woohoo! Back to school, which means back to a regular schedule, which I can't wait. And Daniel's still doing baseball 2 times a week, and fall ball should be starting the end of August. So that's what's going on around these parts. Oh, and my elbow's all jacked up, and just regular stuff. But I'm at this point, I'm just ready to move on with life and move on to a new beginning, whether that's with my job, with moving out of Florida, with all these things. Right now, really the only thing keeping us here is 1, the retreat in February, and 2, we promised Daniel he'd have 1 more year at his school. But if we find something we really like, there's nothing stopping us. So fingers crossed. So I think that's it for now. I'm so glad that you guys all stopped by to take a peek at what I've been doing and to catch up with me. I truly appreciate it. If you'd like to receive a RASK, a random act of stitchy kindness, don't forget to fill out the Google Mail form below and use the secret word, pie. Until next time, let's quit bitching and just get stitching.